Good afternoon, one and all. We are Annexus Alumni Relation Committee are back with our alumni series. Today, we have with us Mr. Chayan sir, who has an engineering background, and prior to join this prestigious institute, he has worked with the L&T as a senior design engineer and also with the Tripura Gramin Bank. He joined this institute in 2016 and completed his post-graduation in the field of operations and marketing in 2018. Post that, he is making impact in the corporate industry by serving his work in the field of TL Berger and ITC Infotech. Welcome aboard, sir. We are glad to have you here.
Thank you.
Let's start the session with your
You
experience.
can shoot your questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let's start with your industry experience because you are working since so long and you have ample amount of experience to share with our juniors. So let's talk about your experience in this particular sector and in the corporate industry as a whole, that how industry is changing and what are the scope in the corporate industry.
So basically, I'll begin with my introduction.
Yes, sir.
As you know, my name is Chayan Das, and prior to joining MDI, I have worked with LNTCC and Tripura Gramin Bank. After that, I joined MDI and took up operations and marketing because these were relevant to my prior studies like mechanical engineering. So materials management is kind of a relation to the mechanical engineering. So I took up these fields. After that, I joined TL as a assistant manager. I worked there in procurement domain.
Great,
and
sir.
after COVID, I joined Berger. And after that, I joined ITC Infotech and worked there as a manager in supply chain domain.
Wonderful.
So this is a bit of my introduction and profile. Regarding work experience, I will say, supply chain is a booming field. This is the backbone of any industry.
Yes,
so
sir.
many things are coming up. And as I worked in procurement, I will start from the procurement. In procurement, you have to look after right from intent generation to payment to the vendors. You have to look after a lot of vendors and maintain a good relationship with them. Your planning and negotiation skills plays a very important role. And
Yes, sir.
in Berger and ITC, I worked as a manager in supply chain. So in supply chain, there is a lot of requirement of Excel. Don't take it lightly. You have to excel in Excel to excel in your life.
Oh,
that is my motto.
Okay.
If you want to excel in corporate, Excel is must because it saves time. It can impress your superior. You can go for shortcuts and really make an impact. And communication skills, PPT skills, these are also very much required.
Okay.
So this is about my introduction and work experience. What do you?
Wonderfully said, sir. As you mentioned that operations is the backbone of any industry and business, and we have to excel in the Excel. So that's a wonderful thing. And sir, now talk about the required skills that industry are looking for, that skills that students require to be industry ready. What are the skills that industry required?
See, as a management graduate, you need to have a lot of skills. Like basics are like PPT skills, communication skills. These are very basic. Having a pleasing personality, building network. These are basic skills. But apart from this, if you want to work in supply chain, you need some planning skills. You need some analytical skills. You need to work in team. You will have a lot of pressure and you have to meet deadlines also.
Yes.
And if you talk about the upcoming field of supply chain, there are supply chain analytics now.
Okay.
For that, you need to have some hands-on experience on specific softwares like Python, like SAP, Six Sigma, Power BI, Tableau. And for finance, you may have some certification courses like FRM, CFA. These will be very much helpful.
Okay.
And above all, Excel is a must.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Very rightly said, sir. As you mentioned that we have to cope up with the changing world because we also look at the phone industry that we are using keypad wala phone 10 years back and now we are using smartphone. So we have to do that operation analytics you have mentioned. So there are the required skills that industry is currently demanding. Very well said. So sir, we have talked about your experience, the industry and the required skills. Let's now go back to your MBA life. Like you joined this prestigious institute and 2 prestigious years of your life you have spent here. So tell students about that, how to make most out of this 2 years, and what are your key takeaways from this institute?
See, MBA is just not just about curriculum.
Yes,
Although
sir.
you have to learn the key concepts, although you have
Yes,
to
sir.
excel in your concept, whether it's finance, whether it's operations, whether it's marketing or HR, you need to have a
Yes, sir.
good domain knowledge. But
Yes, sir.
apart from that, you need to participate in the case studies,
Okay.
simulations, quizzes.
Okay.
You have to participate and some win some or one of these, so that you can showcase to the corporate that yes, you have won this case study competition. Whether it's Mahindra, I don't know whether Mahindra comes for MDI or not,
Yes, sir.
Murshidabad. But whether it's any case study, try and compete and try to win any place. Okay.
Okay.
Apart from this, you can also participate in the clubs. You can organize some seminars among yourself, or some PPT, or some competition
Yes,
among
sir.
yourself, so that your personality and your communication skill gets brushed up. Apart from that, you can also learn certain softwares. These are available in Udemy or Unacademy
Yes, sir.
also, like SAP, like
Yes, sir.
Six Sigma, like Python I mentioned. You can
Yes,
learn
sir.
all this. And finance people can also take up FRM. CFA is a little bit lengthy and it takes time.
Yes, sir.
So I
Yes, sir.
say start from FRM.
Okay.
This will be helpful.
So, sir, you mentioned about the quizzes and the case studies that students have to participate to develop their CVs and all. So, very rightly said, sir. Thank you so much for that insights. Sir, my next question is that most of us are currently in a dilemma that what specialization we should look for, because most of us are from the freshers or non-commerce background, or not having a proper work experience in the corporate industry. So how students should choose the specialization regardless of having any prior experience?
See, in the first year itself, you will learn something of HR, something of marketing,
Yes,
supply
sir.
chain, operations, and finance.
Yes, sir.
There you have to get an understanding whether I have the required skill set, whether I am
Okay.
interested in that field.
Okay.
Like for marketing is all about you need to have a good communication skill. You must love people. You must
Yes,
love
sir.
meeting people, convincing them, have a pleasing personality. You must have all those traits.
Yes, sir.
And for finance you must love numbers. It is bit
Okay.
of technical in knowledge, in
Hmm.
in in nature. Then you must love numbers, and for it is very much suitable for engineers or commerce
Okay.
background or BBA background. These people are excellent in finance domain as far as I have seen. So
Okay.
since this is a bit of technical in nature, and for
Yeah.
operations, you need to have some analytical planning mindset,
Hmm.
ability to deal
Hmm.
pressure, ability
Hmm.
to work in a team. And if you are engineer and if you are mechanical like I am, so I made a commitment for supply chain because it is also known as materials management, which is in line with my prior knowledge or education. So I took up
Okay.
operations. Similarly,
Okay.
for HR is also a field where you need to talk, you need to present yourself, you need to train, you need to do a lot of other things, but you must be
Okay.
presentable and you must have good communication skills, command over the
Okay.
language.
Okay.
So you must have those skills. So this way you can this criteria can segregate the different fields, and also your
Okay.
interest, your background.
Okay.
And if there is any confusion, you can always consult your seniors or professors. Like these are
Yes,
the
sir.
field I am facing difficulty. Should I go for it or not? These are the techniques you
Okay.
can jot out.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. This almost clear, almost all doubt regarding the domain specialization. And the next question is, sir, as our summer placements are going on, and you have been through
Mm.
this process a lot, that
Mm.
what are the things to be taken care of during the summer placement in the final placement?
Correct. Good question. Summer internship is very much essential because
Okay.
only this is the only field where you practically apply your knowledge
Yes,
and
sir.
try to gain some result.
Hmm.
It is not just you have completed a project, you have attained the goal, you have presented. That is not the motto of summer internship. Summer internship, you must come out of some certain results like process improvement, existing process that you have improved, or you have done some cost cutting, added to the bottom line, and
Yes.
you have also done some sort of correction in the existing process, flaws that you have found out in the process. This way, there are many things that can be done.
Okay.
So it must be a result oriented, and it must be quantifiable in terms of money or monetary benefits. So
Yes, sir.
like you have improved a process, you have done some cost cutting, or found out some flaws in the current uh, industry process. This way you can gain a advantage over others and can secure a pre-placement.
Okay, very rightly said, sir. Sir, the next question is also related to summer placement and final placement itself. That college is providing the ample amount of opportunities, and as I mentioned earlier, that students are still in a dilemma that what specialization they should opt for. So, is it
Hmm.
difficult to switch the industry? Like, if I am having summer internship in a marketing field, and I want to join finance in a final placement or a second year specialization. So, is it justifiable in the final placement, or is it a roadblock in a way to uh, go into the desired company?
Correct. As far as this question is concerned, it is a bit of dicey in nature. This question is dicey in nature. You know
Okay.
why? Because first of all, MDI provides a dual
Yes, sir.
degree. You
Yeah.
have finance and marketing. You have
Yeah.
either operations and marketing.
Yes,
This
sir.
way, you have a dual specialization. If you opt for
Okay.
finance in your internship, and if you go for marketing in your final certification, then they will ask why didn't you add finance as your secondary specialization.
Yes, sir.
And whether if you have good command over the concepts, even if you go for a final interview, doing an internship in finance and altogether taking up marketing as a role, and if you can
Okay.
showcase your concepts and skills that yes, I have done internship in finance. At that time I was not aware of the entire holistic idea of the subject. I was in first year, I made a decision to go for finance, but after gaining a holistic idea of marketing, never mentioned that I didn't like finance, because in
Yes, sir.
upper roles you have to do a lot of interrelated work.
Yes, sir.
In upper management you have to do interrelated works like finance and marketing, operations, finance. You have to do
Yes.
such kind of work. So you must mention that I gained a bit of knowledge of marketing, I developed interest in that field thereon, and I pursued that course. You can
Okay.
always mention your positives,
Okay.
but never mention that I didn't like finance.
Yes, sir. Very rightly said. Yeah. So it
But
is
as a
justifiable. Yeah.
yes, justifiable. But as a person from your senior, as your senior, I will not recommend that you change your internship
Okay.
and do some other, take up some other role in final placements.
Okay.
Why? As
Okay.
to why, the reason is interviewers specifically ask what you have done in your internship. They want to see
Yes,
that you
sir.
have added some value. They want to see that you have done something quantifiable.
Okay.
Now, if that question is left over, then there is no question that he can ask regarding his marketing person can ask from
Mhm.
that field.
Yes, sir.
So this is a bit of dicey.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for that wonderful insight, sir. And now, sir, the not last but not the least, that how to handle peer pressure, workload, and the work-life balance. Because as placements are going on, our peers are getting placed, and we are looking for the better opportunity. So, how to handle that stress and how to deal with that?
See, there is peer pressure. If you take pressure, if you take it in that sense, then it is a pressure. But if you
Okay.
always compare yourself with yourself, it is always me versus me. You
Yes.
must learn, unlearn, relearn.
Okay.
You must compare yourself. Peers are also resources. You can do teamwork. You can learn from them. You can share knowledge. You can do collaborative work. Because in industry there will be always a teamwork.
Yes, sir.
They very rarely work in silos.
Yes, sir.
So take it as an advantage. Measure your depth. And as far as workload is concerned, study has to be there. Apart
Yes,
from
sir.
study, you have to do a lot of other things. And in
Yes.
corporate, the workload will always be there, deadlines will always, stress will be always there.
Yes, sir.
Your ability to handle this differentiates you from other people.
Yes, sir.
And corporate is a journey, whether it is both rewarding and punishing. Working for 12 hours in a metro, including competition, is difficult. But
Yes, sir.
if you perform consistently, produce results, then you will also get various benefits, monetary or non-monetary benefits also you will get.
Mhm.
You will get
Yes, sir.
recognition. So these are a
Yes.
part and parcel of this life.
Yes, sir. Very rightly said, sir. And any other further advice to our batchmates or juniors that your
Yes,
experience?
definitely I will give. See, invest your time seriously in studies.
Okay.
You don't waste time here and there. Invest your time in studies, gain some good concept, brush them, try to learn something extra, like what differentiates you. You know
Okay.
advanced Excel, you know
Yes, sir.
CFA, you know FRM, you know Python. This gives you an edge over other candidates in interviews. Somebody came from Accenture for supply chain analytics, and you told that person that I know Python, I know advanced Excel, I know Power BI. Then he'll be impressed that he knows something basic of that uh,
Yes, sir.
course. Try to develop all those things. Have a pleasant personality. Never go for confrontation, whether with your colleagues or in corporate or with anybody. Try to have a
Yes, sir.
pleasing personality. Develop good communication skills, presentation skills, networking. Try to read JDs. Always search the panelists who are coming in LinkedIn. Know about your company.
Okay.
Read the JDs. Try to acquire those skills. These are the basic things that you must learn.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. It was such a great interaction. Especially, I would say that the insights that you have given through your experience being in the corporate industry itself. So it was very enriching and enlightening to us. So thank you so much for sparing time from your busy schedule.